My stepson pushed me at his graduation party. You're not my real dad. Stop pretending. My wife nodded in agreement. I walked to my car without a word. By the time they came home, the college fund I'd been building for 10 years was empty. The gift was still in my hand when Tyler pushed it away. I don't want anything from you. We were standing by the dessert table. His graduation cake, the one I'd ordered from the bakery Sarah recommended, $240, chocolate with buttercream, sat between us with 18 candles waiting to be lit. 53 people were in our backyard. Friends, family, neighbors, teachers from his high school, kids he'd grown up with. I'd spent 2 weeks planning this party. Rented tables and chairs from Party Pro. Cost $380. Ordered catering from Maggiano's. Cost $847. Bought a new Weber grill because ours died last month. Cost $620. Decorations, beverages, a premium Spotify playlist, custom banner with his school colors. Total $2,400. All on my credit card. Tyler looked at the wrapped box in my hand, then at me. His face was hard, determined. Tyler, come on, it's your graduation, just no. His voice got louder, harder. You're not my real dad. Stop pretending you are. The conversations around us stopped. Mike from next door, Sarah's sister Jennifer, my buddy Tom from work, Tyler's girlfriend Madison, her parents, all of them, staring. My wife Lauren stood 3 feet away, holding a plate of pasta salad, watching. I waited for her to say something, to tell him to stop, to apologize, to remind him of the 10 years I'd been there. She set down her plate, crossed her arms, and nodded. He's right, Michael, she said. Her voice was quiet but clear. You're not his father. You need to respect that. The gift, a new laptop for college, $200 wrapped in blue paper with a silver bow, was still in my hand. I set it on the table next to the cake. Understood, I said. I walked through the crowd. People moved out of my way, created a path. Nobody spoke. Nobody made eye contact. I got in my Honda Accord, started the engine, backed out of the driveway while 53 people watched from the backyard. I'd just spent $2,400 to fill with celebration for a kid who just told everyone I wasn't his father. I drove to Wells Fargo. I'd been Tyler's stepfather for 10 years, 2 months, and 7 days when that graduation party happened. I met Lauren when Tyler was 8. She was a dental hygienist at the practice where I went for cleanings. Funny, smart, pretty in a way that wasn't trying too hard. We talked about her son, about my job as a logistics coordinator, about her divorce. Tyler's biological father, Ryan Chen, had left when Tyler was 5, moved to California, remarried, started a new family, sent child support checks sporadically at first, then not at all. Lauren worked full-time, but struggled. Dental hygienists make decent money, maybe $65,000 a year, but single-parent expenses in Northern Virginia are brutal. Rent, childcare, food. Tyler's ADHD medication cost $340 a month, even with insurance. We dated for 8 months, got married at a courthouse ceremony with Tyler as our witness. I moved into their apartment in Fairfax, started helping with bills, helping with Tyler's homework, showing up at his soccer games, packing his lunches, teaching him to ride a bike without training wheels, being his dad, not his stepdad, not mom's husband, just his dad. When he was 10, he asked if he could call me dad. Your real dad is Ryan, I'd said carefully. I don't want to replace him. He's not here. You are. So he called me dad for 8 years, until today. The Wells Fargo branch on Lee Highway was open until 5 p.m. on Saturdays. I got there at 4:47 p.m., walked up to the desk, asked to speak with someone about account management. I need to make a transfer, I told the banker. Young guy, maybe 25. Name tag said Derek. Sure. What kind of transfer? College savings account to my personal checking. Okay. Do you have the account numbers? I pulled them up on my phone. The college savings account was in my name only. I'd opened it 10 years ago at this exact branch. $500 a month, every month, for 120 months. $60,000 in contributions, another $8,000 in interest. $68,000 total. The entire balance? Derek asked. Everything. Can I ask what it's for? Personal reasons. He typed for maybe 3 minutes. Okay, transfer is complete. $68,347 moved to checking account ending in 8834. Thank you. I drove to my lawyer's office. Gregory Paulson had handled the paperwork when Lauren and I bought our house 3 years ago. His office was in a strip mall off Route 50. Small practice. Just him and a paralegal named Cheryl. Michael, he looked surprised when I walked in at 5:18 p.m. Everything okay? I need to file for divorce. Today, he blinked. Today's Saturday. Monday then. But I need to start the paperwork now. What happened? I told him. The party. Tyler's rejection. Lauren's agreement. Jesus, he said quietly. Okay, let me pull up the forms. We spent an hour going through everything. Joint assets, 1 house, 3-bedroom colonial in Burke. Purchase price, $385,000. Remaining mortgage, $287,000. My contribution to down payment, $55,000 out of $77,000 total, documented in closing papers. My share of mortgage payments, approximately 70% over 3 years. I made $87,000 as a logistics coordinator. Lauren made $65,000. We'd split bills proportionally. What about the kid? Gregory asked. Tyler, 18 as of today. Legal adult. So no child support issues? No. And the college fund? Opened in my name 10 years ago. All contributions from my accounts. Lauren never added money to it. She's going to claim it was a gift for Tyler. I have 10 years of statements showing systematic contributions. $500 a month. It's a savings account, not a 529. Legally mine. Gregory made notes. They're going to fight this. Let them fight. This is going to get ugly. It already is. He printed the divorce petition. I signed it. He filed electronically through Virginia's court system. She'll be served Monday afternoon. Good. I checked into the Residence Inn in Tyson's Corner at 7:43 p.m. Extended stay hotel. Kitchen. Separate bedroom. $140 a night. I ordered Domino's. Large pepperoni. Breadsticks. 2-liter Coke. Sat on the bed and ate while watching Parks and Recreation on my laptop. My phone started ringing at 8:52 p.m. Lauren. I declined. She called again. Declined. Then Tyler. Declined. Lauren's mother, Patricia. Declined. 12 calls from Lauren. 8 from Tyler. 5 from Patricia. I turned off my phone. Sunday morning, I went back to the house at 9 a.m. Lauren's car was gone. Tyler's Subaru, the one I'd co-signed for, $380 a month because his credit wasn't established, was gone too. I let myself in, packed my clothes into 4 suitcases, my laptop, my books, my Xbox, my tools from the garage, everything that was mine. The laptop I'd bought Tyler was still on the kitchen counter, blue wrapping paper, silver bow. I left it there, unplugged, locked the door behind me, drove back to the Residence Inn, turned on my phone at 11:27 a.m. 64 missed calls, 27 voicemails. I listened to 3. Lauren. Michael, what the hell did you do? I just checked the college account online. It's empty. Where's the money? Tyler starts at Virginia Tech in August. Call me back right now. Tyler. You can't do this. That money is mine. My mom said you were saving it for me. This is theft. Patricia. How dare you steal from that boy after everything Lauren did for you? I'm calling a lawyer. I deleted all 27 without listening to the rest. Gregory called at 2:14 p.m. Your wife just called, screaming. Apparently she found out about the college fund. That was fast. She wants to negotiate settlement. No settlement. I want what I paid for. Meaning, the house gets sold. I contributed 71% of the down payment and 70% of the mortgage. I want 70% of proceeds after the mortgage is paid off. She's claiming the college fund was a gift to Tyler. It was in my name. I opened it. I funded it. She never contributed a penny. I have 10 years of bank statements proving every deposit came from my accounts. She's going to argue you verbally promised it to him. I promised a lot of things to people who made me feel like family. They made it very clear at his graduation party that I'm not family, so those promises are void. Michael, I'm not giving him $1. Gregory was quiet for a moment. You're sure about this? Completely. Okay, I'll draft a response. No settlement. Asset division based on documented contributions. College fund stays with you as separate property. Thank you. Lauren showed up at the Residence Inn on Monday at 4:37 p.m. Front desk called my room. Mr. Morrison, there's a woman here asking for you. Says she's your wife. Tell her I have nothing to say. She's pretty upset. Tell her to contact my lawyer. Lauren called my cell 30 seconds later. I answered. How could you? She screamed. Tyler's college starts in 3 months. He has nowhere else to get that money. That's not my problem. You raised him for 10 years, and at his graduation party in front of 53 people, he told me I'm not his real dad. You nodded and agreed. So I'm not his real dad, which means I don't owe him a college fund. He was just upset. He was honest. And so were you. You both made it very clear I'm not family. We didn't mean, yes you did. You meant every word. Tyler didn't want my gift. You agreed I'm not his father. Now you're upset because you're realizing what I was contributing. This isn't about us. It's exactly about us. About 10 years of me showing up, paying bills, planning parties, building a college fund, being his father in every way that mattered. And the second I wanted acknowledgement for that, actual recognition, he pushed me away and you nodded. Silence on the line. Please, Michael. Her voice cracked. Tyler will lose his spot at Virginia Tech. He's supposed to start orientation in July. Then his real father can pay for it. Ryan doesn't have any money. I know. That's why I was paying for 10 years, while his real father did nothing. And now that I'm not his father, according to both of you, I'm not paying anymore. He's your son. No, he's not. He made that very clear. You agreed. Remember? I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it, Lauren? No answer. When your son said I'm not his real father, and I looked at you, and you nodded and said, he's right. How exactly did you mean that? I was trying to respect his feelings. You were agreeing with him. You were telling 53 people that I'm not family, that I'm just some guy who's been living in your house. Well, congratulations. You were right. I'm not family, which means I don't owe family obligations anymore. Please, he's 18, a legal adult. He made an adult decision to publicly reject me. Now he gets adult consequences. Michael, I hung up. The calls continued. Lauren's mother, her sister, Tyler's girlfriend, Madison and her parents, friends from the party, all of them calling to tell me I was being cruel, vindictive, petty. He's just a kid, Patricia said when she finally got through. He didn't mean it. He's 18, an adult, and he did mean it. You're punishing him for one mistake. I'm protecting myself from 10 years of being taken for granted. We never took you for granted. Really? Name one time in the last year anyone thanked me for the college fund. Silence. Name one time anyone acknowledged what I was building for him. More silence. That's what I thought. Tyler sent me an email on Tuesday. Subject, please, Michael, I know I messed up. I was stressed about about graduation, and I said something stupid. I didn't mean it. Please give me the college fund back. I've worked my whole life for this. I got into Virginia Tech. I have a roommate assigned. I've picked my classes. If I don't pay tuition by August 1st, I lose my spot. Please, Tyler. I didn't respond. He sent another email 6 hours later. You can't do this. That money was for me. My mom said you've been saving it since I was 8. You can't just take it back. I'll pay you back after I graduate. I promise. Please. I deleted it. Gregory called Wednesday morning. Lauren's lawyer filed a motion. They're claiming the college fund is marital property since you made contributions during the marriage. The account predates the marriage. I opened it 2 months before we got married. They're arguing that the majority of contributions happened during the marriage, so it should be split 50-50. Every contribution came from my personal checking account, not joint accounts. I have documentation. They're also claiming you verbally promised the money to Tyler, that it was an explicit gift. I saved money for his education. That's different from giving it to him unconditionally. The judge might not see it that way. Then we go to trial. Michael, you could lose in court, especially if they argue you acted as Tyler's father for 10 years. Courts look at that kind of relational history. Fine, let them prove it. This is going to cost you in legal fees. I don't care. I'm not rewarding him for publicly humiliating me. The settlement hearing was scheduled for July 12th, 2 weeks after the graduation party. Both sides showed up with lawyers. Lauren with Adam Sheffield from a family law practice in Fairfax. Me with Gregory. The mediator, Carol Thompson, licensed family mediator with 18 years experience, reviewed the assets. So, we have a house valued at approximately $410,000 with a mortgage of $287,000, net equity of $123,000. Mr. Morrison claims he contributed 71% of the down payment and 70% of monthly mortgage payments. Is that documented? Yes, Gregory said. He slid over closing documents and 3 years of bank statements showing mortgage payments from my account. And there's a college savings account, $68,347. Mr. Morrison claims this is separate property. Correct. The account was opened in his name only, before the marriage, and funded entirely from his personal accounts. Adam Sheffield spoke up. Our position is that the account was explicitly created for Tyler Chen, Mrs. Morrison's son. Mr. Morrison acted as Tyler's father for 10 years. The account is a gift. A gift would require transfer of ownership, Gregory countered. The account remained in Mr. Morrison's name. He retained control. It's separate property. Carol made notes. Did you ever tell Tyler or Mrs. Morrison that this money was for Tyler's college? I told them I was saving for his education, I said. That's not the same as an irrevocable gift. But you did intend for him to use it? When I made those contributions, yes, that was my intent. And what changed? He told me I'm not his father. His mother agreed, in front of 53 witnesses, at a party I paid for. Carol looked at Lauren. Mrs. Morrison, is this accurate? Lauren's face was red. He's taking it out of context. Is it accurate that your son told Mr. Morrison he wasn't his real father and you agreed? Yes, but, and this happened at the graduation party? Yes, Carol made more notes. Mr. Morrison, what's your position on asset division? I want the house sold. I contributed 71% of the down payment and approximately 70% of the mortgage. I want 70% of the net proceeds. The college account remains mine as separate property. That's ridiculous, Adam said. Mrs. Morrison lived in that house too, and I'm not asking for rent back, but I paid for most of it. I want compensation for my contributions. Carol spent 20 minutes reviewing documents, bank statements, mortgage records, closing papers. Mr. Morrison's documentation is thorough, she said finally. Based on the evidence, he did contribute 71% of the down payment and approximately 68% of monthly payments over 3 years. What about his earning capacity versus hers? Adam asked. He makes more money. We split bills proportionally, I said. I paid more because I made more. That doesn't erase my contributions. Carol looked at both parties. Here's my recommendation. The house gets sold. After the mortgage is paid off and closing costs, Mr. Morrison receives 68% of net proceeds. Mrs. Morrison receives 32%. The college savings account remains with Mr. Morrison as separate property since it was opened before marriage, funded entirely by him, and remained in his name only. This is outrageous, Adam said. That money was for Tyler. That money is Mr. Morrison's separate property. He has no legal obligation to Mr. Chen. The young man is 18 and not his biological or adopted child. Lauren started crying. Please, Tyler needs that money. He'll lose his spot at Virginia Tech. That's unfortunate, Carol said, but it's not relevant to the legal division of assets. The divorce was finalized on August 23rd. The house sold for $412,000. After mortgage payoff and closing costs, net proceeds were $117,000. I received $79,560. Lauren received $37,440. The college savings account remained in my name. Tyler never started at Virginia Tech. He'd missed the tuition deadline, lost his spot, forfeited his housing deposit. He enrolled at Northern Virginia Community College instead, living at home with Lauren in a 2-bedroom apartment she rented in Annandale. I heard about all this through mutual friends, Tom from work, Mike from next door, Jennifer, Lauren's sister, who apparently felt guilty about what happened. Tyler's devastated, Jennifer told me when she called in September. He had his whole life planned out. Virginia Tech, engineering degree. Now he's at community college. That's unfortunate. Michael, he was just a kid. He made a mistake. He's an adult. He made a choice. Can't you forgive him? I did forgive him. I'm just not funding him anymore. That's not forgiveness. Yes, it is. Forgiveness means letting go of anger. I'm not angry. I'm just no longer invested in people who made it clear I'm not family. 6 months after the divorce, I got an email from Tyler. Subject: I'm sorry, Michael. I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I need to say this. I'm sorry for what I said at graduation, for pushing you away, for not appreciating everything you did for me. I didn't understand what you were doing. I took you for granted. I thought you'd always be there no matter what I said. I was wrong. I'm at community college now, working part-time at Target to help pay for it. It's hard, really hard, and every day I think about how I threw away my Virginia Tech spot because I was an idiot for 30 seconds. I'm not asking for the money back. I know I don't deserve it. I just wanted you to know that I understand now what you were doing, what you gave up for me. I'm sorry I never said thank you, Tyler. I read it 3 times, sat with it for a week, then responded. Tyler, thank you for the apology. I accept it. You're right that you took me for granted, but you're also 18. Most 18-year-olds don't fully appreciate what adults sacrifice for them. That's normal. What hurt wasn't that you didn't appreciate the college fund. It's that when I showed up with a gift, you rejected me publicly, and your mother agreed. That moment showed me I wasn't family. I was a provider, useful when paying bills, dispensable when you didn't need anything. I forgive you, but I'm not your father anymore. Not because I'm angry, but because you made it clear that's not what you wanted. I hope community college goes well. I hope you figure out your path, and I hope you learn to appreciate the people who show up for you before you push them away. Michael, he never responded. A year after the divorce, I got engaged. Her name was Diana, project manager at a tech company. No kids, never married, smart, independent, didn't need me to save her. We met through a hiking group, started dating 3 months after the divorce finalized, took things slow. When I told her about Tyler and the college fund, she listened without judgment. Do you regret it? She asked. No, really. I regret that it came to that, but I don't regret protecting myself. He was 18, just a kid, old enough to join the military, old enough to vote, old enough to sign contracts, old enough to understand that words have consequences. She thought about it. What would you have done if he'd apologized that day? At the party? I don't know. Probably would have given him the laptop. Probably would have continued with the college fund. So it wasn't about the money. It was never about the money. It was about being told, in front of 53 people, that I wasn't family, and having his mother nod in agreement. That's fair. You think so? Yeah, actions have consequences. He learned that the hard way. 2 years after the divorce, I ran into Lauren at Target. She was in the checkout line. I was walking in. We made eye contact. She looked older, tired, hair grayer, lines around her eyes. Michael, she said. Lauren, awkward silence. How are you? She asked. Good. You? Managing. More silence. Tyler's doing better, she said. He'll graduate from Nova next spring, then transfer to George Mason. That's good. He talks about you sometimes, about what he lost. The college fund? The relationship. I didn't respond. He made a mistake, she said quietly. We both did. I know. Can you ever forgive us? I already did. Then why? Forgiveness doesn't mean going back. It means letting go and moving forward. Her eyes filled with tears. I miss you. I don't miss who I was with you. What does that mean? It means I spent 10 years being useful, paying bills, planning parties, building a future for a kid who wasn't mine. And the moment I needed recognition for that, you both made it clear I was replaceable. We didn't mean you did. You just didn't think I'd actually leave. I started walking toward the entrance. Michael, she called after me. I stopped, turned. I'm sorry. I know. Is there any chance? No. I walked into the store, left her standing in the checkout line.